Hey, welcome back. It's Pat from PJM Scheduling Services. So today I wanted to show you the fastest way that I know how to cost load a schedule. It's easier than using the resource assignments, which I've showed you previously. And this is kind of a band-aid way of if you just really need a quick way to cost load your schedule and you don't want to learn about resource assignments and stuff like that. This method will get you through, and at least you'll get a cost loaded schedule. You'll lose some of the functionality that the resource assignments have, but let me go ahead and show you. Here's my current schedule, and the way that we're going to do this is by using user-defined fields. So if you don't know, we have, if you go to Enterprise User-Defined Fields, and what I'm going to do, make sure you're using the activities drop down, and I'm just going to add a new user-defined field, and I'll call it budgeted cost. And I'm in parentheses just going to call it UDF to remind me that this one is a user-defined field, not to get it confused with the other budgeted costs that we already have in the schedule. So I can close that one out, and actually let's go back there. Let's go ahead and add in a couple others. I want to add in my, let's see, actual costs, we'll call it, actual total costs. Let's do that, actual total costs. And we'll say UDF, and we're going to change that data type to a cost. And then I also want remaining total costs, call it that, UDF. And then that as well is going to be a cost. So I have these three columns, or these three user-defined fields that I've added onto my schedule. So let's go to columns, user-defined fields, and then I'm just going to bring all of these guys over, actual total and remaining total cost of my schedule. I'm going to apply those, and it's really this easy. All you have to do now is you can just type in, however many dollars that you want. Maybe this is $10,000. So it's a nice way of just being able to enter the cost directly onto the activity. You could even do a fill down and kind of quickly cost load your schedule. So the next thing that you'll be doing, so maybe you get your activities all cost loaded up. Just for the sake of it, let me just fill down and quickly cost load a bunch of these activities. So the nice thing about this is we can have a grand total up here of showing all of the summation of all the costs in our schedule. So here's 365, and if you don't know how, the grand total is just under your group and sort, and you just click this guy, show grand totals there. And so the next thing that you're going to do, though, is you're going to update your schedule, and you're going to want to assign the actual costs to your project. So that's one of the drawbacks to doing user-defined fields is you can't automate the percent complete times the total cost. You would need to use a different method, either expenses or resources, to do that. So you would have to go through and manually say, maybe you're 50% complete here, so that's $5,000 billed. Maybe you're $7,500 billed here. And so you'd have to go manually and enter in your actual total costs when you're doing your update. But then maybe you want to auto-calculate your remaining total costs. And you want to say, all right, how much remaining budget do I have on my project after accounting for all my actual costs? That's a typical thing that you would do on your pay app. So what you could do is go create a global change, and let's create a new global change, and we're going to call this calculate remaining total cost. Maybe it's UDF. So what I want to say is where my budgeted cost for the UDF is not equal to blank. I'll say $0. So where my budgeted cost has a value assigned to it, then what I want it to do is I want to make my remaining total cost UDF equal to my budgeted cost UDF minus my actual cost UDF. actual, let me see, actual cost UDF, right? Make sure actual total cost UDF. There it is. Okay. So remaining cost minus is going to equal budgeted minus actual. And so I'm going to go ahead and press OK. And then I'm going to apply that change. And it'll ask you this. Do you want to proceed? Yes. And then it's going to give you, here are the old values, which are blank. And then here's the new calculated values based on that global change. And I'm going to commit those changes. And do I want to save the log? Nope. So I'll close that, and what you'll see here is now it ran the calculation and said, for my first floor columns, 10,000 minus 5,000 equals 5,000 remaining. 5,000 minus blank or 0 equals 5,000. Here, there's $2,500 left. So now you can see here was our budgeted cost. Here's our actual total cost to date, and then our remaining total cost. So you can get fancy with it using the user-defined fields. One of the things you'll miss out on is like using the histogram function. But if you're savvy in Excel, you can figure out a way to use Excel to get cost histograms and stuff like that. So yeah, just want to show you that's the quickest way I know how. So avoiding using the resources and expenses. So let me know how that works for you. As always, if you're looking for tutoring, come to our website at pjmss.com. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for checking in. All right, take care.